All right, we are live. New intro video. I liked it. I like that they had me talking with my hands going. That was fun. I enjoyed that, Josh. Great job on that. We're here, Players Week, here with PGA Tout. You'll always be known as PGA Tout to me, regardless of what your Twitter handle says. One of my favorite people in the industry, a dear friend, a fellow Long Island resident. Tout, it's really great to have you on for Players Week.
Great to be on. I missed the cold open. I'm not gonna lie, I like a cold open on TIB, but this is a new era. I'm proud to be a part of it. I can talk with my hands today if that's what we're doing. I'm repping New York Golf Club today. Shout out TGL. Like a lot of the New York Golf Club guys, will get into it, but it's Players Week. I'm very happy that I got Sawgrass behind me. Always, the brand is always strong here. So looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, as soon as I went live, as soon as I hit go live, I got a text, is AM PM actually advantageous this week? So like people are ready for the Players this week, and everybody wants to know what's going to happen. I do as well. I'm very curious to see what happens at the Players this week. And, I think, me and you can try and find a winner. Like we can put our best foot forward and try and find a winner this week. Cause I would love a winner at the Players. Would you love a winner at the Players this week?
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of due, some would say, at the Players.
No.
We were talking right before we went on. My heart was broken by Akshay, who looked like he could never close a tournament in his life. This time last year, shot like 75, 72 over the weekend and three-putted every single hole. And then gains like 8 strokes on the greens last week when, I could have used a nice late charge from Ludvig. So we all have different things to tilt. You've had much more heartbreaking things go on at this tournament. But, I mean, the process, who cares about the results, right? The process could not be any better.
It's solid. Yeah, the process, I have to say, the process last week at API was pretty terrible. A really, really bad betting card from me. But look, just hit Nico. Like, what do you want from me? I can't do this every single week. But that was a tough go at Arnie's place, as they called it. The ending was great. I will give it that. I think Bay Hill's overrated in general as a PGA Tour event. The last couple of years just hasn't been that exciting. I don't necessarily find the golf course extremely exciting or like enjoyable to watch on TV. Like there's just something missing for Bay Hill for me. They got a great finish yesterday. They can Vic lap that, but I kind of just like sitting on my couch on Sundays. I've done that before and just watched all of the golf. Like Bay Hill just never truly gets me going. Am I on the right track? Is this a bad take? Like, where are you at with the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard?
Yeah. Shout out MasterCard too with the Akshay collar sponsor. Just a great week for MasterCard. I'm sure Justin Rose wishes he was there in the winner's circle. But I mean, I like hard courses. Any course that's like guys are making bogeys down the stretch and like struggling to make par, I like. Didn't really love that the only way to make it tough down the stretch was to just kill the greens. And a lot of guys were just like Sepp Straka was a good example of that. He shot like 3 or 4 over on Sunday because everything he put went like 7 feet past the hole. So I don't love seeing that, but I do like Carnage. Yeah. I think 6 is an interesting hole. Obviously, there's no Bryson thing happening. Like I like that hole. I like the last 3 holes a lot at Bay Hill. I'm frustrated that Ludvig parred 16, the easiest hole on the course.
Yeah, I mean, that's a par 4, man. I mean, that is a legit. If Akshay Bhatia is hitting like a 6-iron in, like that's par 4. Like that's not a real golf hole.
Yeah. It's he lost by 3, parred that 3 straight holes. So like Vic lap because
he eagles it every day. Like he wins by a lot. So I don't really know what you could want. I was rooting for Dan Berger. I like Dan Berger. I think Daniel Berger is, to me, like a relatable PGA Tour golfer. Like, I think he's very open in his interviews. He seems like a very down-to-earth guy, like someone to maybe go on a boat with and have a bunch of beers, like maybe some girls in bikinis around. Like, I'm down. Like, I would be down to hang out with Dan Berger. I was really rooting for him, and I don't know how you felt having. I mean, I know Ludvig was in the mix, but you didn't have Akshay or Berger. Like, I was pretty gutted for him, and I don't think he necessarily blew that tournament.
No,
what
no,
are your
I don't
thoughts
think
on
he blew it. It reminded me of when Henley lost the Sony to Matsuyama, where Hideki just went, beast mode on the back nine and ran him down. He had maybe one or two holes that you'd like to have back, but didn't like collapse it. With Berger, he played conservatively with a 5-stroke lead on Akshay, hitting like irons off the tee, but that's not why he lost either, because you par in, you should be good. He probably wants to have that one putt from the fringe on 17 back. And 18 was just tough because that's the playoff hole and it's the one hole he struggled with. Good finishing hole. I thought it was interesting the crowd turned on him. That
what's up with that? Like, Dan Berger's like a very like chill dude.
Yeah, he's a Florida man.
Is this the TikTok generation?
I think were you at the PGA at Bethpage in 2019?
Yeah.
It reminded me of when DJ was making that run on Brooks, and the whole week everyone was pro Brooks, and he was running away with it. I mean, even when he was running away with it, it was like, all right, yeah, go Brooks. And then as soon as it got close, everyone was booing Brooks and cheering when he was hitting bad shots. So I think when you're in the crowd, you just want it to be close.
You just want to sweat. Like, you don't want a boring finish.
Right. You probably live bet on Akshay when he hit the eagle, and now you're rooting for that. So hopefully he doesn't take it personal because he's a Florida guy. I guess they're both Florida guys, but Akshay kind of claims like everywhere. He's like a California guy. He's Wake Forest. He lives in Jupiter. So he's not really like a pure Florida guy. Daniel Berger is one of the few pure Florida guys. So that was weird that they turned on him. I'm with you though. I was impressed with what I saw, and I think he's going to be an interesting play coming into this week too.
Yeah, and I think we'll talk about Akshay. Don't worry. But with Berger, what I thought was interesting about Berger is that he's a Florida guy, Bermuda guy, accurate driver, good iron player. He never historically played Bay Hill. That was never a course that he played before it was a signature event, which I find it really interesting in that we're trying to predict where guys think they can play well. And for a majority of, and there's schedules and stuff, like I understand that, but like Daniel Berger and his team didn't think it was necessarily a good spot for him because he never played it. Sure. But I think in a vacuum, talking vacuum, we're going to be talking tons of vacuums tonight. Great Daniel Berger course. And these past 2 years have shown that API, I don't care what anybody says, is a accuracy iron course. The days of Bryson and Rory running away with this tournament, I think, are over. We have a Russ Henley, Collin Morikawa duel, and then you have a Dan Berger Akshay duel. I know Akshay was horrible off the tee, so like I get that, but anytime you gain 15 strokes putting in short game, like you're going to play well. But I just write that down for next year, like just straight accuracy iron guys. Like I don't know if any other skill, I'm just being gross over exaggeration, but I don't know if another skill set can win at Arnie's place.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like about it. Like we're done with bomb and gouge over there. They're not trampling down the Bermuda if you're hitting a bad shot. Like the thing that killed Berger was that when he missed the fairway with the low runners, he was so far back.
Yeah.
So it's like that's
been there, brother. Like, yeah, been there.
Just getting no rolling. It was wet because they got the downpour on. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of again like process crushed it. Ludvig lives in the fairway, like hit everything was right. He was my one and done pick. Nobody picked the other. Nobody picked Berger or Akshay last week, so we had a great leverage spot and one and done with Ludvig anyway.
What are you in there, one and done? What position are you in? Are you in the money?
I've just got back into the money.
Okay, look, hat tip to you. I'm in a 4-man one and done, and a lot of golf opinions. It's tough. Like it's like I kind of like just a 1-man one. I love my co one and done people. Like they're some of my besties. But 4-man one and done's tough. It's tough. I won't.
It's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. it's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I was top 50 in Mayos last year in the one and done.
Yes, congrats.
And I had Tommy Fleetwood, who, pissed down his leg at the playoff event where Dustin Rose chased him down. Yeah. And I had Nico, who went from solo second at Wyndham with nobody in arm's length to T19. Screw Nico forever. So, again, process was fantastic.
Like you could have won the one and done last year.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, we'll get your one and done pick at that. And are these the one and done pick that you are putting in your article?
I'm down to 3 guys. So
I'm saying like in your article, you post your one and done, like that's who you use for Mayo.
Correct.
So you could just tail and print.
Correct. If people were smart, we'd be chopping these things 100 ways.
Akshay, it's impressive to win 3 times on tour in your first 3 years. I think he's won 3 consecutive years. No, he missed last year, but 3 out of 4 of his first years on tour, he's won. I mean, he's a very, very talented golfer, and he's young AF. Like, we think about Ludvig and all these guys being super young. Like, Akshay's way younger than them. And again, he doesn't have that super long power off the tee, but he's a really freaking good iron player. And whatever you say about, his putting, he's a good putter. He can get hot with the putter. He's definitely not someone that's like going to be a Sam Burns type where that's just going to consistently gain on the greens. But when he pops with the putter, like he's really, really solid. And I was really impressed with his win. Definitely the biggest win of his career. I think he has dog. I think he can battle down the stretch. He's contended in 2 Siggies this year. He's a legit player. Like, I don't know how you leave him off the team for Chicago. At this point, I don't know how you leave Shea off the team for Chicago.
Where are you on Anchorgate?
Like there should be I do not think that his thumb is like on his chest hard, but it shouldn't be up to us to decide. There has to be a better way to police it. And honestly, I would have no beef if they banned that style of putting. Genuinely. Like, who does it? Him, Bernard Gallagher, and Adam Scott? Like, I don't give a fuck about any of them. Like, it's only 3 dudes, so I don't think. But Mike Kim doesn't think he's anchoring, so it's okay. So we're good there. What are your thoughts?
It's pretty sus. I'm not gonna lie, and he's looked pretty awful at times too, putting like at the Players last year. He missed like a 3-footer Rocket Mortgage 2 years ago to go into the playoff.
Had him.
And like maybe when there's some eyeballs on him, he eases up on the anchoring and he loses it. I don't know. Let's take a close look at TGL. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's a big match between Jupe and Boston.
So did Akshay play in TGL last week before API?
He did not. He did not play last week. He FaceTimed in for Tom Kim's ace, but he was not there.
I love TGL. That's not the best look. Like, if another person played TGL week of and then won, like, you have a recipe for something, but that's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
And they had it with Shane. To keep the TGL bump going, and he gave it up. So it's tough. It's a lot of close calls right now for TGL. The momentum was strong. If Tom Kim wins the Players, they get it all back. But they need another spark.
Yeah. Tom Kim Players, like that's a great vacuum play. Like, I definitely, when he was good, I was like, Tom Kim can definitely fucking win the Players. Like, that is clear. So we'll see. Maybe a low owned DFS play. Speaking of DFS, great week to check out ISN. We'd love to have you in the Discord. Steve's cooking. You're our Rochester guy, Steve. Is cooking with the weather already. Tons of tidbits. I mean, half the field is dead. I won't tell you which way, but half the field is dead this week. But it's great community. We'd love to have you at ISN if you want to join us. How was your experience at TGL?
Oh, fantastic. I love it there. It's really fun. the energy is different. You get really close access to the guys. You get, in the media center afterwards, they have canned retro Gatorade, which I have to assume was like a must have for the media from Tiger Woods himself, that he wants to, go back to the late 90s, early 2000s in the media center. So that's the highlight of TGL for me always when I'm there, is the can of Gatorade. There's nothing better. Can you even think of the last time you've seen a canned Gatorade?
No, it's definitely an expand on like the golf burniverse. Like anytime someone plays, they're like expand canned Gatorade. So I guess they're kind of catering to that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's the best thing about TGL. Then watching the players, then talking to the players. It's fun. I don't watch it on TV as much as I should, but now it's playoff time, so maybe I'm a casual fair weather fan, but like it's playoffs now, so I'm tuning in for sure. Collin Morikawa at TGL talked about being an artist out in the simulator.
Deep cut.
Yeah, and he is like locked on my Sawgrass card. I don't want to like tip my cards too much, but you have to be an artist at Sawgrass, and straight from the horse's mouth, Collin Morikawa is an artist, self-proclaimed. So that's huge.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you had a great time. I would love to check it out next year. I have some family, some spots to stay in West Palm. Was just down there for a bachelor party, so I couldn't align the schedules, but would love to check out the TGL. I'll lock in for the playoffs, no question, no doubt about it. I enjoyed that on Tuesday night, that comeback win. Where were you moment? Reminded me of our time in LP. Together. It was great. It was a great celebration. So I enjoyed that very much. Are you ready to talk some TPC Saw this week?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were just gonna keep doing team golf and talk about Live Calm, but
our President's Cup rosters.
Yeah. No, we can do Saw. I guess the people want to hear some Saw takes.
So I think the thing about, betting on this event is that we really see like top of the line golfers win here. You've had Rory, Scottie, Cam, Smith, then JT. So you've had, high-end major champion, top 5 player in the world upside guys win this event. I'm going to say it. It might come back to haunt me. I don't care. I think the top of the board is very vulnerable this week. Like Scottie is off right now. Rory's back is hurt. You don't win back-to-back at the Players. So Rory's dead in my opinion. Scottie, like I'm never going to count the guy out, but I don't know. Like I think this is a great opportunity to bet a lot of guys down the board, like pepper the, couple guys in the 30s, 40s, fit. Like I think that somebody not, super high in the world, 10-1 is going to win this week. Not a hot take, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because last week at API, it was set up to be this like Scottie versus Rory thing where both of them were the best course history and playing really well. And they both were trash. And this week, it's kind of the same thing with like both of them have won twice since 2019. No one's won this event 3 times. One of them could be, but there's so many questions about both of them. And it doesn't feel like a course that Rory should be dominant at because it kind of takes that driver out. But he looked really good here last year, just like on the positional courses a lot last year. But he seems to be injured. Beware the injured golfer. But I'm not scared of it. I'm not doing the without markets. I've done that a few times this year. It's fine. No shame about it. Like hit Chris Goddard up in the without Scheffler market at Waste Management. That's fine. Pays the same. We're good. Tiger card. We're fine. But I'm with you. Like in this field of 122, where a lot of the depth went to Live, I'm not very excited about any of the like 100-1 plus guys. Like I feel like it drops off. So for me, it's like the middle of the board that I'm all over this week. And I don't know, like long shots are fun to bet at the Players. There's always a random guy. It's Danny Walker last year. Tom Hoagie's always in the mix. Like Bond a few years ago.
Bond,
group. Like there's always a random guy. Akshay was like 75-1 last year. There's always a random guy, and it's a weird like juxtaposition where like it is the elites that win every time, but they're always just barely skirting by a random.
No one beat JJ Spawn over 72 holes last year. Like he was 100-1. Like he could have easily won that golf tournament, and we'd be looking at it completely different. So I agree. Like I'm with you that I think, and again, the leaderboard going to round 4 last year was legitimately like awful. It was like, who was going to win this? It was JJ, Bud Cauley, Glover, Danny Walker. Like it was no established names up there. So I think it's open in terms of what you're looking for in golfers. Like I think this is definitely a second shot golf course. You have to have an aggressive style of play. I think you got to be able to work it both ways. Like the 10th hole maybe is a better example, but you have to hit a draw off the tee and a fade into the green. Like there's a lot of different holes like that, but I think it's a place where a lot of different player types can win. Like you've seen bombers and then you've seen Siwoo Kim win here. So is there anything like super specific that you're any key data things that you're looking at?
Strokes gain artists, like work that ball, see shot, hit shot, be comfortable in uncomfortable positions, and just be like good trending coming in. I think that's a key for me, like consistent ball striking. Short game stuff can come and go, but like I want guys who know exactly what their ball is doing, because you are going to have to work it in both directions. And if you're searching for something, this isn't really the time to find it.
I agree.
Like majors, it's even less the time to find it. Here, you could probably get away if you have like a squirrely drive. You play a little bit more conservative, hit some less than driver. But if you're going to win this tournament, you're going to need to play aggressively. You're going to have to be aggressive on the par fives. You're going to have to hit the drivers more often than not. So you have like scoreable clubs coming in, and short game has to be a strength.
I agree. I'm with you. I agree. Like Hovland dead to me. Like I don't think Hovland has a single chance to win this golf tournament. Like that is, you have to have a good short game here, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, look, you would say the same thing the year Cam Smith won, of like you can't be awful off the tee, and there's pathways to do it, but you're gonna have to scramble a lot here, especially like it looks like they've already baked out the turf. Like we're already getting some brown, so that definitely means that short game is going to be important.
Yeah, I agree. I hope we can find a winner. I know we talked about them briefly. I'm done talking about Rory, but like, where are you at on Scottie? I think something is actually up. Like, again, we just talked about you really have to be flagging it going into this event, and he's doing the opposite of flagging it. 2 awful approach weeks in a row. Seems really bitchy. If we're going to get some conditions, again, I put the take out there. Scottie's a dome golfer in 2026. At least won a slapdick Amex. He struggled everywhere else. So I legitimately, I don't even want to say the words, but like, I'm really like, Scottie, go out and win this. Like it would be one of the most impressive wins of your career. I'm not worried about him this week.
It's probably the least worried we've been about him in like 2 years.
Yeah, like that 2023 season where he sucked.
He lost strokes on approach for the first time since the BMW in 2024 last week. So he just doesn't do that. Last time he did lose strokes, he won the Tour Championship the next week.
30-man field starting advantage doesn't count.
Slapdick event. So I'm not betting without. I'm not thinking about betting without. I'm not putting in my DFS lineups. I'm just gonna have a good time with the players. It's already a volatile event. So even if he was super,
I agree.
A game coming in, anything can happen. He had his worst finish last year, T20. He didn't finish T20 again until
he's playing worse than he was last year.
Yes.
And at a course like this, like there would be no world in which Scottie Scheffler like was 8 strokes back going into the final round with like a broken neck. And like, I have all the 3 guys, and like, there's no way that he would shoot -8 in the final round and win. Like that would never happen here. So I'm happy because that's good. I'm still not over that. That was really that, like people still like DM's flooded situation about my 2024 players card. But yeah, fuck him. He's also a bitch. the attitude last week was really unbecoming, and I really wouldn't want to model my kids after his, kind of attitude on the golf course. I'm teaching my kids to, have more grace, and you're going to hit good putts that aren't going to go in. It's just the rub of the green, but he doesn't seem to understand that.
Accountability.
Collin, again, I comment on this on Tom and Marty's post. Collin at the Players is like that girl in your life you always think things are going to work out with, but like it just never works out, and it's extremely toxic, and it's never as good in your head as you envision it. That's Collin at the Players. This is an absolutely perfect golf course for Collin Morikawa, and he's just been like pretty disappointing here. He's shown spurts. I don't think I'm going to get there, but I know you bet Collin, so give me your Collin sell.
I mean, the blueprint to winning the Players is winning the signature event at the AT&T Pebble Beach. That's how you have to win it. Like Rory did that. So like Collin won.
Scottie won a signature event before the Players. And Cam Smith, the Century was basically a signature event. He won that.
So he's got that battle tested, wins on a positional course, windy. I've never really liked Collin in the wind because he hits that whitey cut all the time. Yeah. But now we're in the Collin artist era where he's hitting it both ways, and he's talking about it. He's flighting shots, and he's not just hitting this default cut no matter where he's going to. Off the tee, he kind of still does that, but he's going to a draw sometimes on approaches when he needs to, and I like that. I think he needed some time with his caddy. I still think like it's a worse situation than what he had with JJ, but for whatever reason, he felt like he needed to do that. Fine. The short game is a concern to me. He's playing with a wedge that's like a 6-iron shaft. I don't know if you saw that today.
Yeah.
He's tinkering with everything. I don't love when they're tinkering with everything, but it's working because he went, win and 2 straight top 10s after that. Obviously, we know he's great on approach, great accuracy. That's going to be great here all the time. If it was a bloodbath forecast, like crazy wind and gusts, I would not be there.
Yeah. No, I look, I'm a little turned on as well. Like, I get the Collin sell at the Players is like a great case to make.
I'm just like TLDR, he's in his artist era now.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've seen Collin the artist. He's bought into it. He's seeing shots. He's hitting shots. He's doing the JT thing that I really liked in 2021 when JT came in here and he was just like, the course suits my eye. So that's why I like Collin, but I know you like Lud. And it was really a 1v1 with me between Collin and Lud, and it was a tough call.
Look, I think I feel for you on Lud because he was your favorite play last week and he almost won. So to me, you stick on those guys if you're seeing something in their game. And that hurts me a little bit that you're not on Lud, and I don't want you to be disappointed because Lud is the only bet I've made this week thus far. Have people called me a Lud hater? Yeah. Am I a Lud hater? Yeah. But he's playing some golf right now, and I like that he is kind of might go the Cam Smith route, lives in the area, home course, practices here a lot. Last week was really solid. Did I track him? Not for one shot. But I think he played pretty well. Was he super frustrating last week? Did he do a lot of dumb things?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. Now here's where when I'm 1v1, it's like these little things that push me off of him. So here's what pushed me off of Lud. And by the way, I was also on Collin last week.
Vic, you can Vic.
Light flex, but we had 2 guys in the running. The process was incredible. Nobody can win in 2026 with a blade putter. I'm concerned about it. And when I watch him line it up with a blade, I'm literally like, this can't go in. Because everybody else is switching to the mallet, and it doesn't look stable. It doesn't look like a good stroke when I'm watching him, hit it with a blade. So
it's good. It's a great take. It's a great take, dude. And who's another example of this? Cam Young. He missed some pretty bad putts at API, and he has a blade. So look, that's take, and I love it. That's actually a really good take. Like no notes there, really.
Yeah, I don't know. But the other thing is, I don't know how I feel about the Scav partnership. I think they're too alike. They're both too
That's
chill.
definitely like you've been talking to Jers. Like that, like Jers has
It's been
infiltrated.
buzzing around the TGL arena, the rumors about the Scav partnership. Like, some trouble in paradise, maybe. Scav has won with Ricky, so you like that. That's a plus. But I don't know. I don't know if the two are gelling. I don't know if he's getting the most out of his game with Scav. I don't know. I don't know.
You're just asking the question.
I don't feel good about the Lud fade. I feel I will be like apoplectic if Ludwig wins and I'm not there. But that's where I'm at right now.
Hand up, Cam Young does not play Blade. I apologize.
I was going to say, he's got some sort of he's got like a Rose situation.
It's okay. But regardless, Lud, I don't know what more you could want. Killed it on approach last week, almost gained 8 strokes, and distance and accuracy was great. Like, he was really, really solid last week, ball striking.
No,
you need that coming in. So I like that. I like Lud. Am I hopping on the bandwagon? Yeah, I am, but it's okay. I'm not too worried about it at all. Did you see that Data Golf made Siwoo Kim the second favorite this week? Is Data Golf a part of your process?
I did see that. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Rory's 4th on the board, which is interesting.
I have gripes with Data Golf.
Back in. And Rory's number really crazy. I didn't realize you can get.
Yeah, he broke his back. Like, you can't. You're gonna let Siwoo Kim beat you at 24-1, right?
Yeah, I mean the putter's bad. The putter's bad.
He's historically a bad putter.
Yes, especially on Sunday under pressure when he needs him. He can't putt on Sunday, and we saw it at Waze. We saw it, I think, at Sony. He crumbled. It's bad. It's bad, and there's no hope. And he's a tinkerer too. Like, he had the broomstick for a while. He actually won with the broomstick. Now he's using a conventional putter. It's not working. So, yeah, Siwoo is a top 10 bet. Love. I don't know what those odds are, but love it. It's a DFS play. Love. But I don't think he can win.
Yeah, I legit, like, gun to head, one guy under 30 not winning, Siwoo. I do not think Siwoo Kim is winning this week. I would be very shocked if Siwoo Kim won this week. Straight up, no beef. Like, I mean that. So I'll let him beat me. Tommy's dead. Tommy's dead. He's dead. I have my reasons. I didn't like what I saw last week. I think that I kind of got caught up in what Tommy did last year. And at the end of the day, he won in a 30-man field. So I don't think he's magically, worth bets under 30-1. And I fell victim to it, and I'll hand up it. I was wrong on Tommy Fleetwood. This is a great Tommy course. He's been first round leader. He's had some good finishes. His number is way higher on Bookmaker, which is part of my process. And that's an immediate, you're kind of dead, even though it doesn't always happen. What are your thoughts on Tommy?
I hated what I saw at API. It was the first time he looked bad in a really long time.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, maybe it gives him some confidence that he's a PGA Tour winner now, but we all kind of know it's a 30-man event. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. All this water down the stretch is worrisome to me. And I've always felt like Tommy doesn't win more often because he doesn't take advantage of the par fives down the stretch. Like, he'll bail out and lay up when he definitely needs to go for it. That's just not going to work here. So again, like, could play well, sure. Not somebody I'm concerned about winning.
Okay, I think I'm with you. I think I learned my lesson, and I'm happy to move on. Amicable breakup, like, no hard feelings. Like, we might hook up later. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I think we're fine, me and Tommy. So I'm good moving on from him. To be completely honest, I'm going to ask you a simple question. I just need a yes or no answer. Should I bet Russell Henley?
No.
Really?
Like, it's a Henley course.
Vacuum, like, great vacuum play.
He's never been in the mix here.
Never.
Not even close.
Not once.
And He doesn't work it. He's not an artist. It's just straight. It's just straight all the time. He can play well here. He's got a great major track record. He should have better results here. But I'm not. I talked myself out of Henley pretty quickly.
So you didn't even think about it?
I thought about it, and then I saw where his number was. Like before I saw the numbers, I was like, I'm thinking about it. But I'm not there.
Okay.
I've
been like Kyle was like, Brian, you need to bet Russ this week. You've said his name like 15 times this morning. Like you're just like edging yourself on if you should bet him or not. And I don't really disagree. He should be good here. This is such a good Russell Henley course. This is like the best Russell Henley course in the entire world, but he's been shit. And you can look at that and say, well, maybe he's a different golfer now. Maybe he's due to actually play well, trust the data. Or maybe it's just like, maybe he just doesn't vibe with the place and it's not a place he feels super comfortable hitting super shots because he's not an artist. And I get that. I genuinely get that. And historically, not betting Russell Henley, it has not been an issue.
Right.
He has a decent amount of tour wins, but at the end of the day, he's not gonna, a guy that's gonna go off and win. So that's tough. I don't know. I have to think about it. He's in the good wave. Look, I like that. It might just be like a FOMO situation, and
he hasn't gained on approach in 3 straight weeks, and this is Russell Henley we're talking about. So if he's not gaining on approach, why are we bothered?
I thought he gained a little bit last week. I don't know if you do the adjusted for field strength, whatnot.
If it's less, I'm on data golf, and if it's less than a 10th, then I don't count
it. In your book, like it doesn't. It
not my world.
Okay. All right. I really have to sit down and have a serious conversation with myself. Like there's certain bets where you just have to figure it out your own way. Like we're doing a lot of real life examples, like that girl. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there at all. But sometimes you just need to figure out things for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If that 0.08 gained is good enough for you, then talk yourself into it.
Okay. Xander dead live. What are your thoughts?
Dead. I think he's searching.
Okay.
He's
not the golfer he once was.
Is he dead to you for not closing the deal a few years ago? Is he blacklisted Sawgrass?
I don't really care. All jokes aside, I don't care anymore. Like it's just a funny thing to talk about and bring up. Like I don't care. I really don't. But it pissed me off that he won 2 majors that year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right after he blew the players. Like, yeah, you got me.
Kyle
telling me he's in
you
the
want
bad
the
wave.
Newspaper to write that you're not mad.
No, I'm not mad. Write that down. I'm not mad. He's in the bad wave too, so I don't care. Another guy in the bad wave. I think you're on him. I could be wrong. Are you on Cam Young?
Yes. You gave me a heart attack when you said he uses a blade. I almost ripped up all of my show notes. I love Cam. I love him. Even if he's in a bad wave, another artist, hitting all the shots, seeing all the shots. We've seen him hit a 2-iron in a big freaking high draw on the Golf Channel series. Like the guy's got all the shots. He looked good at API. Bermuda guy won at Sedgefield, so he's a Bermuda guy now. The course history is bad. I don't care. Ryder Cup changed him. He's Captain America now. I love Cam Young. I love artists. I'll keep saying it. Cam Young, certified artist. He gets my artist stamp of approval. Wave can change. Weather can change. We can get back on the good side. I don't love that I'm hearing that. That doesn't make me feel good. But I like him.
How many shots has he hit on the range this week? Because I've been deep in it. I need to check that out. This is not a joke. There were a couple guys, Keegan, JJ, Eric Cole, not Bez, Grillo. They hit the most shots on the range today. They're all dead, and they all suck at golf, and that's why they're grinding. But anyone who hits like a crazy amount of shots on the range, dead. Example: I think the person who hit the second least shots at the Ryder Cup was Justin Rose, and he turned into Jesus Christ himself on Bethpage Black. So if you're on the range this week, you're just not doing anything.
100%.
So
I mean, Cam Young is like me on a golf trip where it's like, well, I played 36 yesterday.
I don't need to worry.
I know what I got, like the ball's on a string right now. I don't need to hit anything else. I'll just remember what I did last week. I mean, he might have let the field off the tee at API, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit a lot of fairways. I like the bet. I'm not Cam Young is not crossed off for me. So
he doesn't use a blade.
Doesn't use a blade.
I want it to be known he doesn't use a blade.
We need to confirm that. I also love how the guy was like, it might have just been the first round, was like trying to give me credit. It's like, no, I think I would just dead wrong. Okay, this is why we do the pod. 32 shots on the range from Cam Young. We love it. We love that. We love that. Right here. If we could just get every person we bring up how many shots on the range, that would be great. Austin or
AK, big Trump guy. But I think Cam is using a blade.
Yeah. No, like, dude, like, I totally understand your point, and like, I love him too, but I'm pretty sure you might be mistaken. Inside joke, Kyle, I hope you got that. Hovland, I said it before, short game. I think Hovland's dead here. I'm sure as fuck not betting him at 37-1. I think that's genuinely an awful number. I'm completely out.
Dead.
I like Decky. I'm not in 100% right now. I think he's in the bad wave, but Decky is someone I'm monitoring. Like, I think he can win here. He shot really low rounds here before. I know he's not that accurate off the tee, but a really good iron player. He wasn't really great that last week. He might have cooled off. He probably should. Yeah, lost on approach last 2 weeks. Cross him off. Fine, done.
Decky, he should win a Players before his career's over.
I agree.
Like, he should do well here. The driver comes and goes. It hasn't been great this year, but it's kind of getting better. But I'm not there either.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I think Minwoo is going to disappoint this week.
Okay. He's getting a lot of steam.
Like, I just don't trust him enough. And he's had 2 really good years at the Players. He played in the final group with Scottie. He was good last year. I don't know what he finished, but I just think a golfer that's as unstable as him, like, he's going to do to disappoint. Now, he's playing solid, but I just don't trust the iron game. And 40-1 on Minwoo, like, I'm out.
Yeah, I got him at 66, which I feel a lot better about. I would definitely be out at 40. He's held the lead on the weekend twice, I'm pretty sure, and he's straight up ejected both of those. So, like, really bad. And so, like, he's played better than the results look, and the irons looked good at Pebble Beach. So he's not usually an approach guy, but I guess in windy conditions, he is kind of an approach guy. Putting's been really good. He switched up his grip. He's a left-hand low guy now. I like that. Artist, the chef around the greens, I like that. But yeah, it's like, can he play smart is the question with Minwoo, because as soon as he hits, a rogue driver, the round's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see how he plays. I don't know if I'm gonna bet him. What are your thoughts on that?
0 range shots for Minwoo today. How do you feel about that?
He knows what he's got. He's cooking. I like Fitz here. He was good that year in 2024. I think he missed the cut last year. Classic golfer, hitting your irons well, can't putt. You're putting well, can't hit your irons, flip. Yeah. I'm open to Fitz. If I'm not mistaken, he was your spotlight this week. Can you maybe try and convince me on Fitz?
I'm repping New York Golf Club for him and for Cam, both on the card. Die guy, Harbor Town, lives on Harbor Town. Doesn't spend an afternoon away from Harbor Town. Pete Dye is in his blood. Big arena guy, major champion, Ryder Cup winner. Likes the atmosphere. Ball striking's great. Matt Fitzpatrick is not a ball striking guy, but this year He is. I think he might have like stepped back last week. I didn't really look at his final numbers last week. Course was dead. We're gonna write it off. You know, you can have
like it was unfair. It was an unfair.
They lost the course.
They lost.
It is what it is. You know, like we can let one pass. You know, he wins. Matt Fitzpatrick wins tournaments. Good wind guy. If the wind is up, I don't.
He can be an artist.
He can be an art. Like the left-hand low thing is like anti-artistry to me.
Fair play.
I don't love that, to be honest. But his short game has been good here. At Sawgrass, short game has not been good recently. One of those two things needs to happen this week is either going to continue being bad in short game or find it here. I think he's good long-term with short games. So I like the number. He was like 45 yesterday, and he might still be there.
Yeah, he's like around 40.
He was like, you know, it was like most chalk, most tipped at like 22-1 at API the week before.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not opposed. Is he in the good wave or not? Is he? I think he's in the good wave, if I'm not mistaken. What are your thoughts about Data Golf making Brooks Koepka 300-1 and him being 42-1 on DraftKings? I'm not. I don't like Brooks 100. I guess he's like 80 on FanDuel. He's 100 on Bookmaker. I'm out. I mean,
there's just no CLV there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much.
No, he's never played this course well. Kind of found it at the end of the cog, but I don't really trust the putter. And he should play well here. Florida guy, big event, but like he doesn't. So
yeah, I'll try. And there might be, you know, this is the first time he's been hanging out with the mules, and now he's like hanging out with Scottie and everybody. So I worry a little bit.
Shell shock. Yeah.
Akshay dead, won last week. Sepp, good vacuum bet. Like Sepp here makes a ton of sense. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. I didn't hate it last week. I didn't bet on it, but no real beef with Sepp this week. Are you in or out?
I'm on Sepp. I bet Sepp. Sepp could be most tipped. I think Sepp was most tipped last year.
Minwoo right now is most tipped.
Oh, okay. Is that like, where did we get that update from?
I subscribe to Golf Tips Checker Patreon for a live tip sheet. Like, what am I crazy for that?
I didn't know that was an option. Okay.
Yeah, you could get live tip updates.
Okay, we need like a sponsor by
Logo. I love it. I love Andy. He's a great guy. Like truly, like there's
one
like
of the
YouTube,
best.
Like those subscriptions you have that are like it's worth the money and more, like YouTube Premium, Golf Tips Checker.
Sure.
Like those are kind of my. Do you have YouTube Premium?
I don't.
Because you're an ad whore. Like it would be against your line of work.
Correct. Yes, I love ads. I need to see him.
Zero range shots for Sepp today.
That's great. That's great. He's probably just on the range. He's probably putting all day because he 3-putted everywhere at API, but they lost the course. So not his fault. He should play. Like this is a Sepp course. Won a Siggy last year at the Truist. Big game hunter, Ryder Cup guy, rah type of guy. So love Sepp.
Okay. I'm fine with it. No real beef. Knapp, I've said this like 3 straight weeks. I was wrong on him. He's a good golfer. I'm out. I'm not doing that. I'm not buying that high on him. Bob Mack's a little bit under the radar. No real strong opinions from me. I do subscribe to my model of if they lost in excruciating fashion the week before or at the event last year, they're dead.
Do I? Normally I do. I do like Berger here.
Right.
Because I don't think it was his fault.
No.
And I also think he didn't need that one. You know, like yes, he hasn't won in 5 years, but it's Players Week now. So I don't think he's going to dwell on it is my point. Like he played really well. Now it's the Players. He's got the longest active made cut streak at the Players in this field, 7 in a row made cuts.
Probably due for a miscut.
He is definitely due. But I just like the way Berger plays. He's just got to figure out the driver a little bit because that got away from him at the end.
Do you think he was trying to be too much of an artist?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
fine, done.
Yeah.
I didn't
you
know.
You try to be an artist, but you have to actually be an artist to get around here.
That's fair. Okay.
And now that you mention it, maybe he's not an artist.
He might not be.
That was a bad bet. I have to cash out.
You bet Berger?
I did, yeah. 66.
Like Saturday?
Sunday. I probably should, because I wanted to see him down the stretch, and I didn't think he played poorly.
Yeah, so to me,
not
that is a true dead either way situation. If you bet somebody on Sunday and they're in the mix, they're dead either way, because either they win and they're dead, or they get close and they don't win and they're dead the next week. Yeah. So again, different strokes for different folks, like true no beef situation. Like, you're a great golf bettor. Like, I won't tell you how to do anything, but that to me is a dead either way bet.
Yeah. I mean, I feel Akshay, I feel completely dead. And for some reason with Berger, I don't know. I can't explain it, but like the vibes still feel pretty good.
Yeah. It's fair. It's fair. Like, I want to like Berger, but if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And if I bet somebody after, if I bet a guy after excruciating loss, like, I stand for nothing. So I'm fine with that. This guy keeps wanting me to talk about Harris English.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I mean, I wouldn't bet 45-1 with your money, but like, I don't think 60 is a bad number. He's been just hanging around the top 30. He's been fine. He's been putting well. Wish the irons were a little bit better, but kind of doing it all. I'm not rushing to bet Harris English this week, to be completely honest.
No, I don't need it.
BDR, Big Dick Rick.
Ricky's interesting. Obviously, he's won here. If this becomes a major, he gets his major championship. We love that for him. Maybe like this year counts as being a major and he's motivated by that.
Needs to get into the Masters.
Okay, sure.
So I saw Ricky Fowler tracker, one of my good friends. He said Ricky Fowler's up to 13th in the data golf rankings. Don't you think it's a little bit crazy that someone that high would not be in the Masters? And I was like, usually I give him shit. I'm like, honestly, like, good. That's fair. Like, that's fair point. Like, I don't necessarily have beef with that take, but I think he needs like 2 top 20s to get into Augusta.
I think they'll give him an invite. If they invited Neiman last year, I mean, I guess he had a couple wins.
I don't think they'll invite Ricky.
I think they will. I mean,
that would be like
a fan thing.
Yeah, it would. They do it like merit based.
He's a top 15 active player in like course history at Augusta. He always plays well there.
I'm out. I don't think they would. I think he has to earn his way in. To me, too much water for Ricky. Like, Ricky is always live for so many water balls. Too much water here for me. Did you know that the week he won the Players, he was voted most overrated on the tour?
Yes, I did know that.
Okay, good.
So
he hit 115 range shots today.
Oh my God.
Ricky Fowler tracker, if you're listening, why didn't you report on that? Because that seems important information. Yeah, that seems like a bit too much for me.
Dead to me.
Yeah, I'm lower.
Shout out to your golf club though.
Anyone in this kind of Bridgman, Lowry, Goddard, Mav, Cantlay, Kurt, Noren range you like?
I don't get why Goddard's number doesn't change. Like, he keeps winning and contending and playing better than most everybody, and he stays like 40 to 45-1 every single week anyway.
Jersey bias.
Yeah, the East Coast bias. They don't want to see it. He should play well here. He's never played this event before, I don't think, but I talked about Harris.
This fucking guy Nate Duncan's fucking all over me. But no, this is his first play.
I already hit on him. If he wins again, that's fine. No beef.
Okay.
I think it's a good bet. I bet him last week just on the number, and he was in the mix.
So I don't go on my phone till like 10:30. And one of the first texts I saw this morning was Kyle saying that Myrtle Beach was his favorite comp course this week. So that's why I liked, and I was like, all right, yeah, I guess is one, Kyle, is that a real take? And two, John, any thoughts there? And he's in the PMA and wave, so he might be dead.
I mean, the can't miss left narrative is 100% true. You can't miss left at Sony, and you can't miss left at Waste, and you can't miss left here. And you can't
you can't miss left at Myrtle either.
You can't miss left at Myrtle. You can't miss left at Bay Hill. And Tita Greedy was great at Bay Hill and just didn't make enough putts yesterday. Like, he doesn't miss left.
Okay. And he probably doesn't lean left either.
Yeah, him and Taylor Moore do not go left.
They don't go left. Like, they like to stay kind of down the right, but in the middle. Like, sometimes, like, I'm not he might be like I'm not political person, but he likes. You can't miss left at Myrtle. Everybody knows that. I don't really disagree with any of that. To be completely honest, I need to find my JJ Spawn from last year. I haven't found it yet, but I spawned last year like. Alvic, that was a great fucking bet. I don't care what anybody says. That Spawn 100-1 last year at the Players, that was a sick bet.
Watched it on the 17th in the playoff too. Like,
you just
was there, not his fault.
Yeah, that was. I never thought he was gonna win, so I didn't care. But he should have won in break. But yeah, that was funny. He was peeking over at Rory's bag. Then Rory made fun of him at the Masters about it. I thought that was pretty rude. But yeah, that JJ has kind of been a shell of himself, but I feel confident we could find somebody to do something. Any like Sam Burns love, Nikolai Hugard, Aaron Rye? I know you love Aaron Rye.
I mean, Rye, first round leader, lock.
Mortal. Has he been first round leader here?
He got here. I'm not. He might have actually.
Okay.
Hoagie always is. Hoagie even in this field? He must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hoagie's always on the card. Of course, record holder, obviously. Rye lives on the course. He lives like on the first hole. He just sleeps here. Very important. I don't think he can win, but 100-1, good top 20 bet, good fantasy play, great first round leader play. I don't know if I'm going to bet anybody over 100.
Okay, maybe Rye wasn't first round leader, but he made a hole in one here.
That is true. He did do that.
So, are you doing a hole in one card this week? The commenters are asking.
Oh, I should. Foxy was the last one to make a hole in one 2 years ago, and Toasty made a hole in one last year in the
practice round.
Jumped in
that. That's pretty good hole in one knowledge, and I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, I've been, obviously live from the Tout House plug.
Yeah,
just trying to pick some.
So,
flips.
what will you reveal? What shot you're doing this year?
We're trying to make an ace. We're trying to make an ace on 17. I have a teaser clip because I was just in there, so I have a teaser clip.
Like warm up for TIB. You're like, wifey, like I'm out of commish for the next 2 hours. I'm trying to hit a hole in one, and then I'm going on TIB.
That is verbatim. How that conversation went. Yes.
Yeah.
Who's your boss? Who's like, give the people a long shot. Who's this Danny Walker?
I like Sam Burns. I'm monitoring the situation on Sam Burns. I like Sam Burns this week.
He should play well here.
I agree. JT 100 is like kind of funny. I'm not saying he's going to win, but like it's just interesting to see him at these odds. Kind of a tough look for the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Keegan, JJ, and JT all over 100-1. Like Burns kind of close to that. Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't a question of who they picked. It was like just kind of maybe the guys they picked just weren't that good. They didn't really have that many options. Nick Taylor, he was popular here last year. Don't hate Nick Taylor. That could be a sneaky first round leader play or something. Other than that, nothing really is catching my eye super down the board.
I might do something with Joel. We got the
Joel D.
We got the Gino reunion. A couple top 10s coming in. Plays this course well. Accurate guy. Might get hot with a putter. He's like 350 to 1. We might do something there.
I don't hate that. If he's in the AM, I like it first round leader.
How many shots did Joel Dahmen hit today?
Yes, table it. Someone get our intern on that ASAP. Shout out Quantitative Eating. He's a great chat listener. He's all over all the streams I listen to, and he was telling us how many shots people hit on the range. Dahmen was plus EV per data golf. So look, I've done a good job this year of not going over my skis. As someone that is going to have a mortgage. And I bet first round leader last week, and I immediately regretted it. I was like, I know why I don't do this, because it's really a tough market. To hit. Dahmen has hit. I'm getting word Dahmen has hit 0 shots on the range this week.
Lock it in. I had a full card, but I got room for one more.
You already have your first round leader card done?
No, I'm Dahmen outright.
Oh, okay, fine.
200 to 1 on DK.
Little top 5 with it. I'll tell. I will tell.
You got to have a bomb. It's not right to have a player's card and no bombs.
Okay, I'm in. Like, no, I'm in. I'm in on Joel D, Squad Ride, TIB. I'm excited for this. Anyone else you want to talk about? I'm good on golfers.
No, I'm on Nap too. I don't think we talked. Rio's a good call. I mean,
yeah,
Rio's the most disrespected golfer on the PGA Tour.
Second is Chris Gallagher.
A lot of water this week. Guy loves water. That's a narrative for Rio. So I like that. He's in the player pool.
Okay. All right. John has his own great podcast he does with Joe Idoni, Preferred Lines. Check it out. Sundays. Two great people in the industry. I tried to get Joe on. He's busy with the TGL. Look, we're gonna table it for after TGL season because I know he's busy. He's doing a great job over there. So obviously check out one of the best pods in the game. But John, it was a pleasure to have you on. I'm excited that you're joining Shinnecock this summer. Maybe we could play some golf.
Yep.
If I wasn't supposed to say that on the pod, I apologize. But we got to get out there. We got to play some golf with Kevin. I know we just welcomed in a newborn.
Yes, he did.
But we got to play. We're gonna have Bethpage back to ourselves. We're good. I'll camp out. You can go early. We're playing some golf this summer. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, please. I mean, we both golfed at PGA Nash. And that might be the only round of golf we've both played this year.
Yeah.
In that area. So we will definitely be getting out. I haven't played Bethpage in a while, so I would love to do that. And yeah, it's always a pleasure to be on. Thanks for plugging Preferred Lines. Everybody else, please go over to actually it's the Read the Line YouTube channel now. So
like and sub
over there when you're done consuming all of the great Inside Sportsnet content for the week. Then make your way over to Read the Line. And yeah, look out for Live from the Tout House from me. Trying to make an ace.
Trying to make it. What pin location?
Trying to make an ace. Not that hard.
Okay.
What'd you say?
What pin location are you using?
Saturday pin, funnel pin, front left.
Okay.
That's where all the aces come from.
Club and yardage.
It's 118. We're hitting a pitching wedge. Sorry,
Chokey?
117.
Chokey? Like filleted or like a full P?
I'm experimenting with both. So okay. I'm hitting some low draws. I'm hitting some wipey fades.
Because you're an artist.
A little bullet cut has actually been working quite well for me. You have to be an artist there, yes. I mean, how do you think I'd fill my card out? Like you do Live from the Tout House, you immerse yourself in the course, and then you understand the artistry that's needed. And then you bet Joel Dahmen and you collect your money.
Yeah, I like Joel Dahmen. I like the Joel Dahmen shout. We will see everybody next week for the Valspar. Great event. Love the Valspar. Pumped for that. We're having PGA Louis Louis, whatever. He's a bloke. He's a proper chap. And yeah, let's hit a winner this week. I'm looking forward to it. Anybody who hit over 135 shots on the range today is dead. Anyone PM AM is dead. I'm happy to table this for later if someone wants to fact check me. But those are my 2 rules this week.
100% agree. Could not agree more.
Okay. All right. We'll see everyone next week. Have a great night. Thanks for coming on, John.
Of course.